TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What led you to leave the company in the early 80s?
I'm giving away my book. I wanted to get walked on.
When's that?
I want to get walked on.
Tonight, you mean?
No.
Oh,
That's what happened.
oh, with the fetish.
Yes.
And you got heat for it?
Well, I left and went to L.A. to get walked on. I was supposed to be in Philly.
Ah.
I got a strong foot fetish.
You want to talk about that?
Well, not really, but I will give you briefly. There's certain people in the world they call dominatrix. And I always had a strong thing for dominatrix. And I got what they call this foot fetish for women's in tennis shoes. And there's several other guys in the business that have strong foot fetish too. They like to be dominated by a woman. And the way the domination works is that some people in dominatrix, they use a whoop. Some use a belt. Others use a shoe. Depending on what your weakness is. And what do they find out what the slave weakness is. And this person becomes what you call her foot slave. Well, I had a dominatrix live in Los Angeles. And at that time, it was just the beginning with this new shoe come out, they call Vans. V-A-N-S. They came back again. I can see a lot of the people wearing them again now. But back, they went out of style. Then everybody started wearing the Reeboks and the Converse and stuff. And your foot fetish developed on how you were born. Like if I see a woman in heels, it makes me think of church. I think of God, going to church, being good. But I see a woman in heels. It have no effect on me. Yeah, heels have no effect on me whatsoever. Because where I raised up in the farm, and the only time a woman put on a pair of heels was when she went to church. So when I see a woman in heels, I think about church. I see a woman in tennis shoes, I become submissive. I see a woman in a pair of Reeboks, nothing. Because they look like boy shoes. You look at a pair of they look like tomboys to me. They look like a guy. Make a woman look like a guy to me.
Right.
So, but with the Vans, they were slip-ons. They are like loafers. So this girl named Laura that was in L.A., she knew about my weakness. So every time she ran low on money, she would call me. And I used to give her $1,000 just to walk on me. So I was on my way to Philly, where they're going to put the straps on me and S.D. Jones. That's part of the story you're thinking about. But what ended up happening was, instead of I'm going to Philly, like I was supposed to, I hopped a plane and I went to L.A.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. But it's a weakness. It wasn't drugs. It's a weakness.
I got you. Did you ever get help or anything for that, or is it something that...
It's in you. It's kind of like being gay. How you going to get help for being gay? I'm always going to be into dominatrix. That's me. You're not 50-something years old now. How I'm going to change? And there's a lot of guys, a guy they call Dick Morris. I see him on Fox News all the time. He used to have women come to the White House when he was Clinton advisor. They put him in a bill and overalls, and they would spank him. And he got Bill Clinton in trouble because what he was doing, he was letting the girl overhear the conversation between him and Bill Clinton. And then Donald Trump's wife had a guy that used to work for him that had a foot fetish, and they caught him one time in the closet, sniffing her shoes. So you have a lot of people that have strong fetishes, but when you're in the world of S&M, and they call it slave master, then the dominatrix had total control over the slave, and there's no sex involved, which makes it even more intense. Because if she's your master, you don't have sex with her.
Right.
Because that's how you dominate a woman.
Interesting.
She becomes submissive once the sex comes.
I got you.
She's not domineering no more.
Well, that's interesting. Let's talk more about wrestling. I really do.
Well, you wanted to know.
Yeah, I did want to know.
That is X-rated.
These shoes don't do anything for you.
Not a thing. Make me want to go to church. Get on my knees and pray to God.
Gotcha.